Hey everyone, Colin once again, and now I'm going to do the first vlog of this year, and back on the movie news. Of course, there's some things that's on the movie news that's have some people excited about. First of all, I have a few things I want to talk about. So, um, first I want to talk about the teaser for our upcoming Marvel's Ant-Man, and there's a couple of other news about the upcoming movies as well, though. But first, I want to quickly talk about giving my reaction. So this is gonna be like a trailer reaction and some other stuff on the movie news. So in one video. So first, the first teaser that came out, official teaser trailer that came out during the premiere of the new Marvel spin-off series of Agent Carter. Which it premiered at the end of the 2 hour, or technically at the end of the second episode. So, and seeing the teaser trailer here, well, I've seen the trailer, saying that I'm interested in seeing it, because well, consider that it's a Paul Rudd. He's playing the second Ant-Man, Scott Lang, and different because he's usually Paul Rudd. If you've seen what comedy films he's been in, mostly doing it in comedy films, but him playing in this as a superhero, okay, because the Marvel films has been keeping coming out with more and more spin-offs, to expand on the universe, and here we hear talking well, not only Paul Rudd, but Michael Douglas. He's playing Dr. Hank Pym, the first Ant-Man, and he hear him talking to Paul Rudd, about talking about him, his daughter, and I guess on Trees of the World, I guess, But and of course also you get a look at the teaser shows of the villain of the film, of Darren Cross, who's playing as the Yellow Jacket, which is also another character that's I believe that either Hank Pym or Scott Lang was also in the comics. I think was also Yellow Jacket, I believe. But this guy, played by Corey Stoll, who was in Nonstop. He was the cop that was on board. Not the other air marshal, but he was the cop that like when one of the passengers, and I watched, and I liked him nonstop. And I liked the cast in the film, so he was good in it. So he's gonna play the villain in Ant-Man, and you see Michael Douglas, showing him Paul Rudd the Ant-Man suit. He's telling him, Scott, will you be the next Ant-Man? And you see him, Scott Lang in the suit, him shrinking down, riding on the ants, And when he said that, when Michael Douglas told him to be the next Ant-Man, Paul Rudd's like, huh. And you see him, like I said, he's shrinking down, riding on the ants. And there's a clip where you saw Michael Pena, who was recently starred in Fury, one of the crewmen's in the Tank Fury, I know he's been in other films, like End of Watch with Jake Gyllenhaal, but he recently starred in Fury, though. But you saw him just one clip of him in there, and then when the trailer ends, and Paul Rudd asks Michael Douglas questions like, is it too late to change the name, and then it shows the title, and if the film comes out in the summer, July 17th, 2015, and I'm looking forward to seeing it, because different deals of Paul Rudd is mostly doing comedy films, I'd say an odd choice for a person who just does mostly comedies, starring in a superhero film as the lead. It was nice to see Michael Douglas as one of the major characters, Hank Pym. And I'm looking forward to seeing Ant-Man. So, and hopefully we'll see when it comes up with the official trailer sometime later on. But for now, the teaser trailer. I look forward to seeing it, and man, it's too bad that originally there was. Too bad Edgar Wright, the director of Shaun of the Dead and his trilogy films, originally was going to direct, but then he left, because he had a different thing for Ant-Man. So this new director, Peyton Reed, is directing now. So, but it's a story by Edgar Wright, so at least he gets some credit for it, And look at the new poster, it shows the title, but you see like this little tiny figure, Ant-Man, the joke, I know, because he's a tiny person, so like originally fun what they did with the 15-second teaser, where they showed the trailer but in a smaller, tiny little screen, hensing the joke that it's about Ant-Man, ant size, yeah. So yeah, Ant-Man, looking forward to seeing it. Coming out after Avengers: Age of Ultron. And now moving on to the next thing. More news on about the new other Marvel film coming in 2016. The spin-off film of Deadpool. And like I said that Ryan Reynolds is gonna play Deadpool, and coming out to February 2012, 2016, and now also hopefully, that I just hopefully that. Oh well, they said there was gonna be PG-13 though, but hopefully they do make it R-rated because he's how the character is. He's cutting up people, hack and slash and everything. Expect to see some blood in there and make it R-rated. Because it's about Deadpool. He's the mark with a mouth, always mouthing off, hopefully saying a few cuss words. But that's not what I'm talking about there. They said that recently they added some more to the cast. Like first this guy named Ed Skrin. I don't know what the hell his last name is, but I haven't heard of this guy, but they said he's been in like a few films. He's playing in the upcoming film, the Transporter Legacy. I already said that I said how I felt about the film. Like I said, after I liked the first two Transporter films. Number 3 sucked, and this guy is playing the new Transporter. No Jason Statham in it, so I have no interest in seeing this new Transporter Legacy film, And this guy said, he's also appeared in Game of Thrones, but like I said, looked like only in season 3, So this guy says supposedly they may come up with playing as the main villain, but not which one though. But I don't know. I haven't heard of this guy, so who knows about this? And then the next cast member, their cast is T.J. Miller. T.J. Miller, if you've seen the films he's been in, like he was in the found footage film. His first film technically was Cloverfield. He was the guy mostly holding the camera throughout the entire film. He was in Yogi Bear. He voices Tough Nut in How to Train Your Dragon series, which I really do like him voicing in as Tough Nut, And of course also recently voiced in Big Hero 6 as the character Fred. And also appearing in the 4th Transformers film, Age of Extinction, as the character Lucas, I like T.J. Miller, to be perfectly honest, Some people probably don't like him, how the way the comedic side, in films, how he plays like the comedy role in live action films or something like that, but voice role, I like him. I really do like him in How to Train Your Dragon series, liked his voice in Big Hero 6. Honestly, I know how I feel about Transformers 4: Age of Extinction, completely really hate that film, and even his role as Lucas, honestly, I thought he was all right, because I like him, as an actor, but he was all right, not the best though, but. Man, but seeing him describe what the character is, they might play in Deadpool is this character named Weasel, Weasel is, like I said, looking up, so he's like a friend of Deadpool and a sidekick, and he provides the weapons for Deadpool, and because his guy does like funny comedy relief roles, you know, in films, live action films, you know, and maybe, you know, because I had him being at him starring at first of all, in my first thought, you know, him being in a film with about Deadpool, okay, but we'll have to wait and see how things progress further. Talk about the film. So, Deadpool, you know, the two additional castings, you know, one of the guys starring the Transport Legacy, you know, when not what would I say, like, don't care about him, you know, but also the other cast member T.J. Miller, who I honestly do like, you know, but maybe he'll be good. Hopefully, maybe better than Transformers and his performance in Transformers: Age of Extinction, though. I also probably didn't like him in Yogi Bear, you know, or something like that, you know, but who knows, but yeah, so Deadpool, that's the next thing. The second thing I want to talk about, and then the last thing I want to talk about on the more of the movie news is about they're developing the development of another film about King Kong. They called I believe Kong or King Kong Skull Island. They say they want to take it back to the island, you know. And first off, they said that the Tom Hiddleston, the plays Loki in the Marvel films, you know, said that he was the first casting to join the film, you know. And then reading a little bit later on, they said that J.K. Simmons was may not officially confirmed yet though, but might join the cast, you know. J.K. Simmons, what I'm saying, like, is this character, because you probably know him well playing J. Jonah Jameson, you know, in the Sam Raimi Spider-Man films, you know. And of course, he briefly starred in his supposedly, which the film I haven't seen, but he said that he's already been given a great performance in the film Whiplash. So they might consider him joining the cast as well. And also recently they said that Michael Keaton might join the cast as well, you know. I still haven't seen Birdman though. Although I like in the past I've expressed interest in seeing it, you know, because I like Michael Keaton, you know. I still haven't seen Birdman, but when maybe it comes on DVD, I'll give it a look, you know, if I think it's that great that probably a lot of people talk about, you know, or critics talks about. But yeah, so maybe if I ever start decent cast, if it's officially confirmed, you know, Michael Keaton, you know. But the problem is though, for me, do we need another film about King Kong, you know? I was never the biggest fan of Peter Jackson's 2005 film King Kong, you know. I was never really the biggest fan, you know, of that film. But I'm honestly more a fan of the old King Kong films, with the '70s film with Jeff Bridges and Charles Grodin, you know, or even the one that was the stop motion one that was in black and white, you know. But this one, do we need this new one just going back to the island, you know? It's like probably the same. It was probably one of the same problems with the Jurassic Park franchise, which I love the Jurassic Park franchise, but I do get the understanding, you know, like for number 3, you know, what was the situation? Why to go back to the second island, you know, Isla Sorna, you know, but of course, even one of the problems I have with the new Jurassic World film, you know, which I am still looking forward to seeing that, but I do get the understanding of why I had to go back to the island, you know. After all the problems with the first film, and then what happened to the second film, and then the third film, you know. Get what I'm saying? I'm still looking forward to seeing Jurassic World, but I'm just getting my understandings of why I had to go back to the island. It's the same thing here with this new film, Skull Island, you know. King Kong, Skull Island. Why go back to the island? Well, looking it up, first, of course, this one was on Wikipedia, which, like I said before, Wikipedia is not 100% correct on everything, you know. Which is funny thing is though, on that said, it was supposed to be a prequel, and it was supposed to come out on November 4th, 2016, which is like the same release date as Doctor Strange, you know. But the reading on Cinema Blend, you know, that's a site I always go to look up on movie news, you know. They said how they're describing it, you know, the database talk about upcoming films. Look up, it says about the plot is about 25 years after King Kong's death, which it indicates it's a sequel, you know. And it has a new release. They called it release on March 10th, 2017. So I don't know. This again is just confused me. Is it a prequel or is it a sequel? Which, like I said, Wikipedia is not right on everything though. And looking at it said that says the the one on Cinema Blast takes place 25 years after the King Kong's death in New York. And it said that the character Carl, the character Carl, if this take place after, I assume, after the Peter Jackson's film, the character Carl was played by Jack Black, the filmmaker, So I said that looking up said it's that character's son runs an expedition to Skull Island and tries to uncover a decade-long mystery, So that's the reason to go back to Skull Island. So yeah, that's practically the reason. So I'm just, like I said, I was never a big fan of Peter Jackson's King Kong. Now, if this is technically after the Peter Jackson's film, or it's just a different spin-off or whatever, If I'm wrong, if anyone knows better, please correct me. Leave below in the video, and I'll know better, So, but probably some people don't know. But I'm just saying though. But yeah, so it's like I said, Wikipedia says it's a prequel, and Cinema Blend says it's a sequel, indicating it's a sequel, 25 years after, But like I said, that's gonna be the last thing I'm talking about. So yeah. Honestly, but Skull Island, I don't think it's not an unneeded film, but get the Phil, of course, some of these days they make stuff, to keep certain franchises alive, So what the last King Kong film was Peter Jackson's. That was back in 2005. This takes place new films start to take place like over 10 years later. But yeah. The casting wise, Michael Keaton and Tom Hiddleston, and maybe J.K. Simmons, yeah, a long time ago, back in that time when the Peter Jackson film came out, I'll be honest, I did see it, but I was still never a big fan of it, I still wasn't, because all the Peter Jackson's films, I'm still not a fan of his Lord of the Rings films, both the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit films, I was never a fan of those films. I just wish, that Peter Jackson, like his early films, like what was that film? Bad Taste, which was his first film, and then Dead Alive, or the other name, Brain Dead, Those good, fun, low-budgeted, gory films, But I would still say, or the film, The Frighteners, the one that I believe that started Michael J. Fox, Which, just go back and doing those kind of films, but his popularity with the Middle-earth franchise, and now with his film with the King Kong reboot, But this one was now this film looks like it's an unneeded film. Why? What's the reason why to go back to Skull Island? And if it is a sequel, and it's the sequel after Peter Jackson's 2005 remake, if it is, or this is another spin-off or another thing, but or in the different releases, with a prequel or sequel, I don't know what it is, because two different things in different release dates, So yeah. Either way, I'm not interested. I'm not interested in seeing this one. I was never a fan of the 2005 remake of it, and I should have never been interested about this film anyway. Even though, despite Michael Keaton and Tom Hiddleston is going to be in it, though. So yeah, that's more about the movie news. Giving my thoughts to the first teaser to Ant-Man. My thoughts on some of the castings on the new film of Deadpool, then of course my thoughts on Kong Skull Island, So yeah, so that's my vlog, and my first vlog of this year, and Movie news, yeah, I haven't done one in a while, so there you have it. So that's the thing. Thanks for watching. Take care and stay tuned on the next movie review. Later.